Something is wrong with this picture. Is that Christmas in ToonTown? Space Mountain has reopened, but it's not what it used to be either. We'll show you how, but first, let's talk about Adventureland Treehouse. As you've probably heard, the Treehouse, we have an official date. It's opening on November 10th. That happens to be also the first day of the holiday season, so your visit to Disneyland should include a trip to the Treehouse, where I found, finally, some theming. Those cast members right there are installing artwork. I believe it's the mother that's the artist, which we'll be seeing later on when the Treehouse opens. She has her own little music room, etc. But it looks like they're trying to figure out which art to put up there. Oh, look at there. There we go. We got a wave. You guys see this? I just got started. I've just got started on shooting today, and I've already got a wave from a cast member putting up that theming element there. That's the exit. It's like looks like maybe the mother's art. Hi. Did you guys hear that? I did. He's just going after people. Oh, I love Peter. There he is, guys. Peter 2, alive and well. Awesome. Jungle Cruise art, Imagineers waving at us, and a Peter 2 sighting, all within the first 5 minutes that I started this update. It's going to be a great show. Speaking of theming, I checked again once more at the daughter's room. There's some guy, he's doing some touch-ups to the tree right there. He's painting the tree. But what I'm still not seeing any of the things that we've been told to look for. Well, I should say the flag. We're still looking for the flag, the SCA flag. That's all I want. We'll try looking a little closer, and that looks like something astronomy related right there. I know that in the concept art, you can see that she's got a telescope, and looks like one of those solar system type mobiles or something like that. So that could be what we're looking at there. There's of course the SCA flag, which we're still standing by for. Oh, look, there's another. I'm finding new stuff in this concept art every day. There's another telescope sticking out of the top of her room, the little the thatched roof up there. Do you think we'll see that on site? I'm thinking not. I haven't seen anything like that as of yet. But I have a feeling that's what that is right there. So we do have some kind of theming happening there. And I wonder what that wood is right there behind the trees. Could that be something that they're keeping, hidden for now? I don't know. All right, let's look elsewhere. I found a new sign. This is great. This is great. Let's read this together. Welcome to our home. We are a family of five, who, following our dreams and aspirations of adventure, have settled in this tree high above a great jungle river. They're making this sound like a choice and not that they're stranded. In the original Swiss Family Treehouse story, they were shipwrecked on this island and used the parts of the ship in order to create their treehouse, which obviously is what's happening here as well, but they're not leaning into that here. It sounds more like they're making this a choice. Also, family of 5. Who's the 5th kid? Is there... I thought we just had a son and a daughter. We'll have to look into that. And there you can see the bamboo back of the kitchen area. And we got a lot of construction workers hanging around finishing things off. You guys have got about 2 weeks to wrap this up. Oh, there's another sign. He's got a painter's palette there. Don't know what he's painting though. But I like the trim that they're using along that bamboo fence back there. That looks nice. You can see the stairs. See those stairs right there? Remember that, okay? Keep that in the back of your mind. We're going to get back to that later, but those are stairs. But for now, I want to see what that sign says. Father is our Renaissance man, artist, craftsman, inventor, and chef for our delightful meals. So that's the theme back there. That's the kitchen, which hopefully we'll get a look at it soon again. And there again is the welcome to our home sign. So I like that. I like the 2 signs. Update on the water wheel. I'm trying to see what's behind it, actually. But nothing is coming into focus here. Back there, that's the the area where we saw the artwork, where they were putting up the artwork. See, there's the easel right there. Can't make anything out on that, or what any of that is. Oh, look, the water wheels. This is the first time I've ever seen the water wheel actually turn. And it is driving the buckets. Nope. And, okay, now we're going the other way. Meanwhile, still no waterfall. So we can't see how things work with the water in the buckets. And that's it. That's all we got. That's all we got on the water wheel. Nothing new to report there otherwise. But I'm sure it's working just fine. Okay, looking now, we're going to try to see what we can see in the kitchen area. You can see it's sort of a pantry or a cupboard situation there. Lots of bowls and pots and things of that nature. You can kind of vaguely see the stove back there, the brick stove. This is going to look great. I cannot wait. I love this. This is so vintage Disney. This is just so old school, and I am 100% here for this. Can't wait. Let's try again. There we go. Yeah, there's the stove, the brick stove. We saw them bring that in a while back. You got a little tea kettle on there. That's a fruit bowl, or there's, I think that's fruit inside those things. Man, this is so exciting. 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks away. Oh, there go the buckets again. What is this thing? Those look like teeth. I don't know what this is. It looks kind of like a birdhouse type situation. But why does it look like it's angry and have teeth? I'm not sure what to make of that. And I don't see that in the concept art either. By the way, you can hear the sound, the actual Swiss Family Robinson music. In previous videos that I have put out on the construction reports, I've dubbed in my own Swiss Family Treehouse music. But I can't anymore because they've copyrighted it. But there was music coming out of this situation. I don't know if you can hear it in the audio. Take a listen. So they're not calling it the Swiss Family Treehouse, but it is the music that they're using there. Take a look at the son's room just to see if we can't see anything there. This is the first time we've looked here in a while. He is a nature lover, the son. Animals and plants, things of that nature. Now, taking a look at this scene, I noticed something here for the first time in however long it's been since we've been able to see them build this thing. I've never known before, or I've never realized or discovered before, but there's something going on with the way they're setting up the stairs here. We're going to get back to that in a minute. But take a look at this and compare that to the concept art. So I'm giving you guys a bit of a cliffhanger. See if you can't figure out what's going on with those stairs, the stairs that we've been watching them fabricate, and compare that to the concept art. We'll go to Royal Street in New Orleans Square next, where Christmas has arrived. New Orleans Square is always the first place to get Christmas decorations. Every year it's always first. And it's back again right away. We're not even, it's October, I think it was like the 26th or the 25th that we first saw these decorations. There's a straight up Santa. So in case you're wondering, yes, this is Christmas. That's Santa. There's a bunch of Santas around here actually. I always love these decorations. I do. I think it looks great. I think it's perfectly themed for New Orleans Square. There's another Santa in the tree. It's kind of a mix between proper Christmas and Mardi Gras, you know, like with the mask. And then the masks that show up there in the wreaths and the balconies. This looks tremendous at night, by the way. Hopefully we'll have a chance to do that soon. But this looks really, really pretty at night. I love that they give each building, each section, its own color palette. This one has a kind of a red palette to it with the garland and decorations. The Blue Bayou, obviously, gets a blue palette. And then Eudora Chic Boutique gets a green palette. The decorations continue on Front Street in the rear of New Orleans Square, and even at the New Orleans Square train station. That looks great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see Christmas decorations in the park. I don't care one bit that it's October 28th as I record this. Not one bit at all. Let's get into Columbia. We got some things to see from the Columbia, starting with a very busy afternoon here in New Orleans Square. As I recorded this, the scrim and scaffolding were still up around the Mark Twain. But we did get a photo from the street team. They took the scrim down for a minute, it looks like the other day. Although we can't really make out much of what they've been doing. We can't see the new paddle wheel there. And it looks like they've got the second level, or is that the top level? Yeah, the top level is wrapped in plastic, but nothing otherwise we can see, you know, visually of what they're doing specifically. But that's a lot of crew. We'll get back on the ground to show you the scrim here on Mark Twain. End to end, completely covered, nothing to see from the ground. But I did take a peek from the path. This is where the boats turn around from Splash Mountain. And there's a secret path on the other side of that greenery right there. That's the secret path. That's why the path is closed. So they can do all that staging down there. But it's also given us our only real look at what's happening on the boat. I'm hoping to see if they're replacing the flooring, the wood flooring there. You can't tell. The wood that you're seeing there is not the wood flooring from the boat. That's protective, I think, wood that they place on top of it so people can walk around on it without destroying it. So hopefully we'll be able to come back here and look at that and see what they're doing there. Meanwhile, I saw some movement up here. I can't... Is he sanding? I think he's sanding. Which means they're probably going to be repainting that part, I'm guessing. Got off the Columbia, stopped at Rancho del Zocalo to get some lunch, and I noticed something. The enchiladas, I went to get an enchilada, they're off the menu up here. You don't see enchiladas on the menu here. So I asked, and they said, yeah, we're still selling them, but they're different now. That's the red enchilada, the default enchilada now. Breaking news. The default enchilada is the chili verde, the green enchilada. I had to ask for the red sauce. They also, by default, are putting chicken on top of the enchilada. So it's no longer just the cheese enchilada. It's a cheese and chicken enchilada. I don't know if I think they're changing the menu and they have to, you know, perhaps redo that. I'm not sure. All I know is you can still get an enchilada and you can still get a red enchilada. You can even ask for it with no chicken if that's the way you prefer it. Update you guys on Tianas Palace. It is 12:30 and the return time for mobile order was just a couple hours from now. Get back on the Columbia. Take a look at Tianas Bayou Adventure, and you'll notice something. I don't know if this is a new development. The first time I noticed it on this viewing, they have scalped the top of that mountain. It's scalped. We're going to look more at that in a minute, but we'll keep going around on the Columbia to see what else we can find. And that looks like smoke. There's smoke coming off that mountain. Well, it's not literal smoke. They're probably doing a lot of like stone grounding or something like that. That's I forget what they call that tool, but they are reducing stuff to dust up there. And man, that is just a whole lot of mayhem right there in that frame. Lots of destruction. But there you can see sort of I mean, that could be smoke. But there again, you can see sort of the scalped nature of the top of the mountain. They have lopped off the top. Pardon me, guys. I just want to look at the steel above you. Man, oh man. It's just amazing to think what this is going to wind up looking like in the future. We're going to go from this to something very beautiful and very lovely. We're going to see that chute being used. Put some tools in that bucket. Brought the top. Man, that's old school. I love it. One last look at the top of the mountain. Do us proud, guys. Okay, this is where we saw the smoke coming from earlier. You can kind of hear whatever tool it is that was probably causing all of that. Look at that. This right there. Well, first, those rocks, I feel like, were they painted the same colors as the mountain around it? Or were they always that stone color? But never mind that. Look at this. I mean, they're almost starting over in parts. Completely starting over. The surface is completely removed from this part of the side of the mountain there where those guys are working. I just want to fast forward so bad. I'm getting so impatient already. I don't even know what week we're on. But I just want to. I want to see something. Let's take a look at the entrance, and they're up to something. You've got two X's right here, marking some spot. I don't know what, but that's a signal that they're about to get into something. Plus, you got this guy right here looking at what I assume is a blueprint of some kind or a schematic, trying to figure out what. I can see pictures on that, whatever that is, as well. And then if we slide left, there's another white X. What are you doing? Are they gonna? Oh, I wonder if that marks like a cutting point, perhaps. You've got some exposed wiring there too, so they've uninstalled something there. Is that a point where they might be cutting? I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll go around the backside, do our usual checkup, but it looks about the same. Critter house is still there. The two holes in the structure are the same there. But otherwise, I can say that they have been hard at work. Things are advancing more quickly on the inside. I've been told they're working from the inside out, more or less. So there's a lot happening inside that mountain. I've been told that there's the constant sound of whooping and hollering in there of guys doing tremendous work inside the mountain. So if it feels like things are progressing slowly, know that there's plenty more. There's twice as much work going on inside that mountain as there is outside. Like that. That hole, I feel like that's gotten bigger. That hole's gotten bigger. On our way out of Critter Country, I noticed this. At Winnie the Pooh, they've installed digital wait time signs. Both a minute sign and then a clock, a proper clock. Let's go to ToonTown. And Christmas is here. Christmas has arrived at ToonTown. Not just a little bit, but all of it. They have installed I don't know if is this early for ToonTown? I know we're about on time for New Orleans Square. But here you go. I mean, this is full-on legit Christmas, not even like just winter. This is full-on Christmas. That's Roger Rabbit dressed in a Santa costume. Decorations up everywhere in their usual bright colors with their gags included in the garland, like these rubber chickens dressed in Santa costumes, Santa outfits. I think that's new. Minnie's got her tree up. And her pink decorations as well. By the way, she has moved. Minnie, the actual meet and greet has moved outside into the tea party area, which I prefer. I like that you can go through the house and skip the meet if you prefer. Mickey's house also decorated for Christmas. A little more traditional, reds and greens. He's got a tree as well. This one's got a train on it. Donald's boat has a blue color scheme, of course. Blue and copper, it looks like, with some anchors attached. Goofy's house, normally they do decorate Goofy's house. At first I wondered why they didn't, and then I realized it's because they're going to close it in a couple of days. So there's really no reason to dress it for Christmas if you're going to close the whole thing. Speaking of which, Centennial Park, here's an interesting development. They've still got that square cutout around the tree, but they have removed some of the fake grass area around it. They have cut out the grass. To what end, I don't know. Maybe that's the reason for the delay. I'm not sure, because we're just waiting for them. I mean, the brickwork behind has been done for a while. That brickwork. That's been done for a week at least, maybe two. But there was a week-long delay. Why that is, I'm not sure. I thought maybe it's just to let everything set, and that could still be the case, but there we go. You've got some new developments on the grass. There's a closer look at the fountain. The concrete has been set around the fountain. That was dirt 2 weeks ago. No, none of the features, though. The fountain features have come back yet. Small World is closed. Getting ready for the holiday overlay, Small World Holiday. You can see, though, that they have already installed the lights that just could cover every inch of the facade here at Small World. One of the most beautiful things you'll ever see. This is normal. by the way. Again, this is normal. They typically do this very early in the stage. They'll do this while the attraction is open even. Practically every inch of that facade is covered in lights. It looks fantastic. There, all the edges, all the corners, lights everywhere. I couldn't stop shooting it. I was trying to imagine all those lights being on, but we're not going to get to see them. They won't turn them on until November 10th. We'll have to wait, but we'll go to Tomorrowland next to find that the walls are down at the DVC kiosk in Tomorrowland, revealing pretty much the same situation we had before. I mean, I think those podiums are new, but otherwise it looks about the same as it did before. It looked cleaner and newer, like a different, I don't know, it's just the podiums, because that's all there is. There isn't much to this situation otherwise. Now, on this day, Space Mountain was closed. It has reopened. It reopened the day after I shot this. And while they didn't fix the blue lights, they have updated the attraction. I pointed out in a video that we did on this the other day that they installed or updated the projection lighting elements on top of the building, the ones you see here on the left and right of the building itself. And I would expect that you're going to see the lighting package change seasonally. You'll find something for the Christmas season. That's going to happen this Christmas. So that's why they did it. That's why the timing was what it was. Why they shut it down in October. So that's why they've closed it, and that is how the attraction is different today. And that's our monorail. We're going to jump on board that next to check out Downtown Disney. Backside of that building is looking more and more finished every single week, which is great. We're still looking at mostly dirt to its right, though, as we view it here. And there again, you can see the grass and the palm trees, and there's been an update on the Guitar Pick stage. They've added some lighting features. To its left there in the middle of the frame, those are lights that will line the path as you walk in. There's the grass, on either side of it, and that's that new path we've been watching them build over the past few months. Those are lighting instruments around the path. And then there's the current state of the retail and dining location building. There's Din Tai Fung as we find it today, moving along briskly. And there you can see more lighting instruments have been installed on the ceiling. And this is simply a I heart the monorail shot. I had no reason to put this in this report other than to say that I love the monorail. We'll go to Downtown Disney next to check in on Paseo. We're finally seeing some progress here. A lot of steel has been added around the perimeter of that building, and it looks like it's extending all the way around now. DCA, schmoozies, obviously. November, we're looking at November. Nothing happening at Stage 17. Still no sight of any kind of wrecking ball equipment. Little Mermaid. It's still not on Genie Plus. Still standby only. I found actually a good sized crowd there on this day. Pretty busy for Ariel's Undersea Adventure. It's not very often you see the crowd come all the way around the corner like that. So good for them. Still, that's a 20-minute wait. That's the longest you're ever going to wait on this ride is 20 minutes, which is one of the reasons why, well, it's the reason why we objected to it being Genie Plus. But I wonder if that story either wasn't true or Disney changed their mind based on the backlash. On our way out of DCA, we found some Christmas decorations on the Grizzly Peak Trail. Those are those firefly lanterns. They'll put lights inside those. They look great at night with some red and green bows on there. It's always a lovely little addition to the Christmas season here. I don't think these are going to be, they won't turn those on either until November. And then we've got, this is one of my favorites. I love the popcorn strings on the trees in front of Soarin'. I think this is, every year I'm like, I want to do that. I want to make a string of popcorn and cranberries and hang them around the tree. That's so old school. It's so vintage and classic and old school, and I just love it. I'm so glad they do that. It looks terrific. It looks great. Okay, so let's get back to the Adventureland Treehouse. By the way, first, I forgot, we had a shot here from the Columbia. Another sign. The Family Tree Disneyodendron. They have named it. They have named the family tree. What does that say underneath there? Something, I can't see now. I didn't know I was filming it when I filmed it. I couldn't see it from the Columbia. Semper Florens. I bet that says Semper Florens. I'm guessing. But they have named the tree, the family tree, the Disney Odendron. Terrific. So here's the thing. Take a look at this concept art. I've been trying to figure out what is the entrance and what is the exit. For all this time, I've been going on the theory that they've reversed the direction. That the stairs where we used to exit, those stairs on the left, are going to be the entrance stairs. You're going to go up those stairs now. You're going to check out the son's room and then go down the stairs and exit these newly fabricated stairs that we've watched them build for the past couple of months. And then those stairs will deposit you into the kitchen. It seemed very reasonable. But then I realized or noticed that they put the welcome home sign right there. And I thought, well, why would they put that at the exit facing the wrong direction? That sign is facing guests as if they were coming in from there. So I went back to the concept art and I said, okay, what's the concept art say? Well, here's where things get really weird. The concept art shows 2 sets of stairs in that section. I'm assuming one is the entrance. I would guess that the left side is the entrance and the right side is the exit. And there's nothing happening over here on the left side of the concept art. There's nothing happening over here suggesting that that would be the entrance. So very clearly, that's the message that they're trying to send you in this concept art. Also, those stairs deposit you, they're facing inward. They're facing the camera. The stairs descend into the camera. But you look at the scene that we find now on site, and the stairs are facing inward. They're depositing you into the back of the attraction now. So they have flipped it somehow. And it's making me second guess what is the entrance and what is the exit. How are you getting in and how are you getting out? Now where you see that the yellow vest right there, actually no, we forwarded that. We've seen them just behind that fence where that guy is standing right there is a path that is raised and elevated alongside the water, the little river. And that takes you somewhere. I don't know if that's taking you out or taking you in. I cannot wrap my head around this now. It's very troubling. I can't figure it out. Like, I want to say, my instinct says that's still the exit. Those stairs, that looks like an exit to me. I can't imagine that they would ask you to walk all the way through there, go to the back of the attraction, and then go up the stairs. Right? That doesn't make any sense. But if that's the case, then why put that welcome home sign there? And if you're going to put the welcome home sign there, then you should be facing the other way as guests leave. But then why are you leaving with a welcome home sign? Unless you actually do enter from the front, from this position, and then they make you turn left along the river, along the waterfall situation. You turn left and walk along that wall, and then you turn right, and then you go into the mother's art area, and then up the stairs to the daughter's room and the music room. That seems reasonable. But if that's the case, what are these things? Because that to me looks like that looks like it could be a way in. That looks like it could be an entrance. Like you could hang a sign there that says welcome to the Swiss family or the Adventureland Treehouse. And it makes more sense geographically in terms of how you get people in and out. And it would be a direct line, a direct entrance into that staircase. What are those there for? Total mystery. But the good news is we're going to find out. I just do this for fun, you guys. I'm not pressed about it. I know I'm going to get some comments like, why are you tripping? Who cares? We're going to find out on November 10th. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And we'll be there to cover it from top to bottom, end to end. We're going to cover this thing in so much detail. I am so excited. I don't care where the entrance is. I don't care where the exit is. I'm just glad that it exists. And they can do whatever they want. I'm fine. But I thought it was interesting that they've kind of flipped the script on us compared to the concept art. And what we have today, it does not agree. So what else does not agree? I don't know. It's going to look great, though. I can't wait. I would invite you, if you haven't already, to check out our Space Mountain video that we did about the reopening. We were there opening day. And then watch our State of Disneyland report that we do monthly. Check those out. And then we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And fresh baked.